Welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Counselors and StriveScan. Before we get started with our presentation, just a few quick housekeeping items. You may pose questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. We also want to remind you that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. We also want to encourage you to sign up for additional sessions. Next week, there are some Virginia panel sessions occurring. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first presenter, which will be John Tyler Community College.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Jordan Meadows. I'm the Outreach Coordinator at John Tyler Community College. At Tyler, our vision statement is a success story for every student. And through all the supports and resources at Tyler that I'm going to talk about this evening, I hope you'll see how our vision statement is truly something that we believe in. So to start off, here's Tyler at a glance. We've got two campus locations, one in Midlothian and one in Chester, both very close to Richmond. We've got over 14,000 students enrolled at Tyler, which may sound like a lot, but with all the different options and pathways at Tyler, we're able to cultivate smaller class sizes and have a class student size average of 15 students. As I mentioned, we've got a lot of pathways with over 75 majors and programs that include associate degrees, transfer-specific associate degrees, and trade programs, technical trade programs designed to prepare students to enter the workforce and be qualified for skilled trade jobs that are in high demand right now. So within those 75 programs, here are some of the most popular offered at Tyler. These technical programs teach skills for entry-level, high demand jobs. Many of these programs are less than 2 years long, and you can come out with qualifications for jobs with salaries ranging from $40,000 to $55,000 a year. These programs are great for students that don't want that traditional classroom setting. They want to work with their hands, learn a skill, and join the workforce. The transfer degrees listed are some of the most popular at Tyler, and they're designed to transfer to a four-year institution. After completion, you'll receive your associate's degree and your credits will transfer to that four-year school of your choice. Additionally, at Tyler, we have guaranteed acceptance agreements with all the four-year state schools in Virginia, like JMU, UVA, VCU, VSU, ODU, Virginia Tech, and many more. The agreements are basically contracts between the community colleges and the four-year schools, and they outline the criteria for courses and GPA requirements that four-year school has. But when you complete that program, you have a guaranteed acceptance into that school. This is actually what I did after high school. I went to the two-year community college and I got a guaranteed acceptance to UVA, where I earned my bachelor's degree. And then these career majors, they are geared towards joining the workforce after completion. Some of them are certificates and some of them are associate degrees. Given that these associate degrees are not designed for transfer, there's a chance that you can still use them to transfer, but there might be some additional requirements from that four-year school in order for them to transfer over. To learn more about some of the programs or all of the programs that we have, you can scan that QR code or go to catalog.jtcc.edu. Now back to the success story for every student. Not only are our professors and faculty highly invested in helping each student in reaching their goals, but at Tyler we have many supports in place to ensure success. One example is the ARC, the Academic Resource Center. As a Tyler student, you have access to free tutoring, unlimited. It is paid for with your tuition. The ARC has student tutors, professional tutors, and many professors will host their office hours within the ARC. Even now, since we've gone mostly virtual, they have Zoom drop-in hours where you can drop in and get any assistance that you may need with any of your classes. They also help with creating a study plan at the beginning of the semester. They'll take all your syllabi and any outside commitments that you may have, like a job, and they create a schedule for you to plan out when you need to study for certain tests or start writing papers to keep you on track to be successful that semester. The writing center is also within the ARC. They'll help you writing all your papers and any projects that you may have in your classes. Our libraries are more than just books. They host workshops and activities on a wide variety of topics. You can reserve study rooms there, reserve technology, anything you might need for any projects that you have in your classes. And right now they have free printing. And then career services. The reason you're going to school is so that you can get a job when you finish. Our career services will help you find a job while you're at Tyler and for the time after Tyler. They host job fairs. They help students find internships within their programs of study. And they also will even provide you a interview outfit if you do not have one, and you can keep it. Our student life at Tyler, our student activities host events like pick-up and play games on the quad between classes, and virtual events like cooking tutorials, a virtual spirit week. On Mondays, they have yoga Mondays. And we're still involved in our student activities, even though we're not living on campus. Each semester there's musicals and plays, and you don't even have to be in the theater program to be a part of those activities. You can audition, you can be a part of it, and attend those events as well. We also have intramural sports like volleyball, basketball, and soccer, and it's really easy to get involved. We've got over 30 clubs, and if there's one that you want to join but don't see, you can always create one. It's easy to create. You just need a faculty advisor and a couple of friends. Applying to Tyler is easy. There's no essays, no SAT requirement or ACT requirement, and no letters of recommendation. If you'd like to apply now, you can scan that QR code or visit jtcc.edu/apply. If you have more questions or would like more information, please email me at info@jtcc.edu, or you can text me at 804-464-8484. Thanks for joining us this evening. I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, John Tyler. Up next this evening is University of California, Santa Cruz.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm here to talk a little bit about UC Santa Cruz. So UC Santa Cruz is one campus within the University of California system, which is comprised of 9 undergraduate college campuses. So we're going to go through a little bit of info about specifically UC Santa Cruz, but it is important to introduce you to the UC system first, and of course, me. So my name is Sarah Koshin. I'm a regional admissions representative. I'm stationed full-time in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's easy. We're always on the same time zone, but I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes UC Santa Cruz so special within the UC system and within the other institutions you may be considering. So first would be our location. We are located in Northern California, about an hour and a half south of San Francisco and about 45 minutes outside of San Jose or Silicon Valley, which puts us as the closest UC to Silicon Valley. Our students really enjoy the fact that we are big city adjacent. So you've got all the benefits, social, cultural, and professional benefits from being big city adjacent. But when you come back onto campus, you are coming back to a 2,000 acre, which is more like 2.5 Central Parks, but an extremely beautiful campus of redwood forest, rolling hills, and views of the Pacific Ocean and the Monterey Bay. So our students really enjoy living it up in the location that we occupy. We do have I would say the best of both worlds, being in a redwood forest and being so close to the coast as well. So you get kind of that opportunity to get to your camping or biking, and also surfing and scuba if you'd like, if you're an avid fan, or if you'd like to try it out. We do have a lot of opportunities in terms of academics that you might choose from, 70 different majors and 39 minors across 5 academic disciplines. But I do want to mention some of our most popular majors. Maybe not surprisingly, computer science and computer engineering are two of our more popular majors. We also have many students that are interested in business management economics, in psychology, human biology, which would be our pre-med tract, and a couple majors that are a bit unique. So marine biology or agroecology, which is the combination of agricultural studies and the biology or the ecology of plant life. So really working towards a more sustainable and environmentally friendly way to innovate architecture. Lots of different options in terms of academic programs, and don't forget, every campus within the UC system is a Tier 1 research institution. So at UC Santa Cruz, about 75% of our undergraduate students do participate in some form of undergraduate research before they graduate. Another unique aspect to UC Santa Cruz is the fact that we were founded to be something different within the UC system. And we were supposed to be something different than UCLA, different than UC Berkeley, and UC Santa Cruz was meant to resemble more of our European friends of an Oxford or a Cambridge. One way that we solidify that is through our residential colleges. And the idea behind our residential colleges are that there are someplace for you to live, but also a living and learning community. So there really aren't boundaries between where students live, work, and play at UC Santa Cruz. When you're a student at UC Santa Cruz, you will be affiliated with one of these 10 colleges. You can see they each look a little bit different. They have a different vibe, and they all have their own unique theme. Doesn't matter what your major is, you can be affiliated with any of these colleges, and it definitely creates a unique space on campus in terms of student life. But perhaps you're thinking, okay, you've told me a lot about academics, student life. Now I want to know about what's going to happen when I graduate. If you are looking for a job or looking to go on to graduate school, which I would assume most of you may be, you are in luck. Our students are highly sought after in both realms, with plenty of opportunities for graduate programs, both at UC Santa Cruz and within the UC system, but our students are highly sought after as well. In fact, this year we were recognized as one of the top 20 institutions most likely to land you a job at Silicon Valley. Maybe not surprisingly, because of course we did talk about the close proximity, but what that should show you is that we have a great reputation in the areas that border UC Santa Cruz, both in Silicon Valley and the Bay Area in San Francisco. And these industries in the surrounding areas are very interested in the students that we are putting out. So well-prepared students, well-rounded, with interesting perspectives and unique opportunities that exist on campus. I would also say you're choosing an institution for 4, maybe 5 years, but in reality, you will be an alum of that institution forever. So over 50,000 alum come from UC Santa Cruz alone, but in the University of California family, you're joining a family of an alum that is a population of 1.8 million. So all across the globe, no matter where you go, you'll find a UC family connection or tie, and great ways to support and resources available to you. So I'm going to wrap it up quickly here. We don't have too much time together, but if you'd like to learn more, or if you'd like to connect with us, you have some links to go ahead and reach out on social media. You can always shoot us over an email. Again, my name is Sarah and I am your admissions rep. Happy to help you out with any questions that you have. Thanks so much for your time and attention tonight.
Thank you, UC Santa Cruz. Up next this evening is Auburn University.
All right, good evening and War Eagle guys. My name is Clayton Halla, and I'm the admissions advisor for Auburn University for the state of Virginia, DC, and Maryland. So a little bit about us, we're a large institution, and we're a land, space, and sea research institution located in Southeast Alabama. So we're about 30 minutes from the Georgia border, about an hour and a half from Atlanta. So when I fly up to see you guys, that's typically the airport that I fly out of. We're in a great location in the Southeast. We're about 3 hours away from the mountains in Tennessee and North Georgia, 3 hours from the Gulf Coast beaches. So it's just a good location for some day trips. Now we have over 30,000 students in total enrollment. Our undergraduate population's under 25,000, and then our freshman class typically falls between about 4,700 to 4,800 students, give or take. We're not in a growth mode. We're a large university with a small town feel, and we like to keep it that way. And part of that is through our class sizes. So we have a 20-to-1 students to faculty ratio. The majority of your classes are going to fall between about 20 to 30 students. So your professors are going to know you, know what you're struggling with, but you can still be at an SEC school and storm a football field with 87,451 people, which is really awesome. We're about 60% in-state students, 40% out-of-state. Virginia is in our top 10 feeder states. We cover all 50 states, and over 100 countries are represented on campus. So geographically, our students do come from all over. You can see our non-resident tuition and fees listed at the bottom right there. Those are general tuition and fees. If you want to get a more personalized number, you can go to our website and check out our cost calculator just to see where you guys would be at. Now we are a collegiate experience, a full collegiate experience. In our college town, our students like to get involved on campus. We have over 550 student-ran organizations, everything from SGA, leadership opportunities, to Greek life, to intramural and club sports, to cultural organizations, religious organizations. They literally have something called the Pizza Club where they travel around and try pizza together. And over 19,000 of our students are involved in at least one organization. So they plug in. And then we are the Auburn Tigers, and Avi is our mascot. That is his head right there. He's a 9-time national championship winning mascot. We are ranked #1 in Princeton's Review's colleges with the happiest students. We've been in the top 20 for the past couple of years, so it was really cool to become #1. And part of that, our retention rate, 93% of our students come back after freshman year, kind of speaks for that too. Our students love Auburn and want to come back. Now, we do have 12 colleges and schools, over 150 majors, so a lot to choose from. Now, we're well known for STEM, so the College of Science and Mathematics, Agriculture, Forestry and Wildlife, Veterinary Medicine. We have the #1 engineering program in the state of Alabama, and it's top 35 in the country. We have the #1 business school in the state of Alabama, and it's top 55 in the country. Our College of Architecture, Design, and Construction has been in the top 20 in the country for the past 16 years in a row. We are actually ranked in every field of study. So no matter what you guys want to do, you can't go wrong. These are all really wonderful programs. If you don't know what you want to do, totally fine. We do have an exploratory program that allows you to actually take an intro class to explore our different majors. You will take interest quizzes and personality tests and actually be able to shadow classes and talk to faculty members and students in different majors before you have to pick something. But those are our colleges and schools there. And now our requirements this year, when you apply to Auburn, we need 3 things from you. The first is the online application. You can find us on our website and on the Common App. They do come with 4 short answer responses, an application fee, unless you're eligible for the fee waiver. And if you think that's you, just feel free to send me an email and I'll help you guys get that. The second thing we need from you is your high school transcript. Now you can upload your own unofficial transcript this year. And then the last thing that we need from you is one of the following supplemental documents. So we are test flexible, so you can pick which one of these 4 you would like to submit to complete your application file. So graded writing assignment from high school, ACT, SAT scores, an expanded resume, or AP IB scores. Now these are our dates and deadlines this year. The left-hand column in bold, those are our deadlines. The right-hand column are our decision dates. So there's 3 rounds of early action, 2 rounds of regular decision. The difference, it's non-binding, but if you would like any scholarships from Auburn, you do have to apply by December 1st. So within that early action round. The last date to apply to Auburn is February 1st, and all students will have their final decision in mid-March. February 1's our scholarship application, so we do have a separate scholarship application to fill out, and then May 1 is your enrollment deposit deadline. Our scholarships are also test flexible this year, so all incoming freshmen will be considered for merit-based scholarship based on a holistic review. So we are going to assess your academic achievement through your transcript and supplemental document and any other information that you provide for us on our scholarship application called Awesome. Again, that is due February 1st. And then we are doing tours on campus right now. So if you guys are interested in coming to visit us, you can go to auburn.edu/visit to sign up there. We also have some virtual events going on as well. And again, my name's Clayton Ann Halla. This is my email, phone number, and Instagram. I post updates on there. And if you guys need me, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Auburn. Our fourth presenter this evening will be Emory and Henry College.
Good afternoon. So my name is Rachel Campbell, and in addition to being one of the admissions counselors for Emory and Henry College, I am also an alumni of Emory and Henry. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions down in that Q&A box. Emory and Henry is a small private liberal arts school nestled down in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in the southwest corner of Virginia, about 20 minutes from that Tennessee border. We are a smaller school, so our student-faculty ratio is 10-1, and the average class size usually sits right around 20 to 25 students. Do not let the small size fool you, however. We have over 70 different student organizations on campus, including local Greek life and intramurals, and we have over 80 academic programs for students to choose from. On average, the undergraduate class sits just under 1,000 students, with our graduate students making up a little over 250 of our student population. There are tons of opportunities on campus to get involved in class projects and research projects. Civic engagement and community service are big for Emory and Henry, and study away and study abroad options are countless. We are actually one of the top programs in the country for study away experiences. Emory and Henry also loves to give students work experience and internship opportunities. And regardless of our small size, Emory and Henry actually has the most award-winning faculty among all Virginia colleges, even pitted up against schools like Tech and UVA. This is a breakdown of just a small handful of those programs that we offer. All of those listed in yellow are our top 10 programs. So as you can see, that includes things like biology, education, engineering, exercise science, and our pre-health program. For our graduate programs, the most popular are certainly those hosted at our School of Health Sciences, about 10 minutes up the road from main campus at our Marion campus. These programs include our Doctorate of Physical Therapy program, our Masters of Occupational Therapy, our Masters of Physician's Assistant Studies, and pending approval, we are going to be starting a Masters of Clinical Mental Health Counseling in the fall of 2021. Emory and Henry also offers an equine studies degree program, as well as a competitive riding team. If you're still interested in riding, but maybe not interested in majoring in equine studies or riding on the team, there are classes available for all levels of riders. If you are interested in competing, we do compete IDA and IHSA, and we have 21 national championship titles for our equestrian team. Emory and Henry is also a top adventure college and has one of the top-rated outdoor programs in the United States, along with our adventure team who go out and compete in things like kayaking and canoeing. We also have a crag wall and bouldering wall on campus in addition to our walk wall. But the most important thing, perhaps, about our outdoor program and the outdoors in general around Emory and Henry is that we are the only college in the United States and perhaps in the world that offer a program where you can hike a portion or all of the Appalachian Trail and actually receive college credit for doing so. So if you really love the outdoors and really enjoy getting out there and exploring, it's definitely a program to look into. While you're at Emory and Henry, in addition to the amazing classes that you get involved in, we also do our best to get students involved in internships starting as early as they are interested. So perhaps freshman year, but at the very latest, most of our students get involved in internships in their sophomore year. As you can see on the screen, this is just a very small handful of places that we have placed our interns in the recent years, including places like the United Nations, Discovery, and the Department of Justice. Once you graduate, however, that does not stop being true. You still have amazing opportunities. Emory and Henry alumni have gone on to do things like become the current CEO of the American Cancer Society, become Emmy Award winners, join the State Department, and even become President pro tempore of the California State Senate. So the small school does not limit your options for making a big change in the world once you've graduated. For the 2021 school year, we are test optional, meaning that the only things we need from you are our free application that can be found either on our website listed at the bottom of the screen or on the Common App, as well as a copy of your transcripts. Definitely need your high school transcripts, but if you've taken dual enrollment classes, we will need those community college transcripts as well. Every single student who applies and is accepted to Emory and Henry receives some form of financial aid, mostly because every single student receives an academic merit scholarship upon admission. These scholarships range from $10,000 all the way up to $23,000, and they renew every year for all 4 years of your undergraduate program. So if you get that $23,000 scholarship, that's $23,000 that you would receive every year for 4 years. Emory and Henry also offers performance and affinity scholarships in things like art, equestrian, STEM, and honors, along with places like marching band. And there are also, of course, state and federal grants that our students can apply for, and then work study and student employment opportunities abound in every department. Emory and Henry also has an ROTC program, and we do accept both 3- and 4-year ROTC scholarships. So if that's something you're interested in, please don't hesitate to let us know. We are open for visitors, so if you would like to come and visit us, you can visit that ehc.edu/visit link. We are open for 3 tours per day, and we are always happy to meet students virtually if that's a little bit easier. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are always happy to speak with students. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, Emory and Henry. Up next this evening will be Winthrop University.
Hello, my name is Michelle Bogan, and I am an admissions counselor with Winthrop University. I work with students in Virginia, Maryland, DC, and Delaware. Winthrop is located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Rock Hill is right at the state line of South Carolina and North Carolina. We are about 20 minutes south of Charlotte. Plenty to do in Rock Hill. It's actually the 5th largest city in the state of South Carolina. Not everyone has heard of it, but there is plenty to do there. But we certainly think our proximity to Charlotte is wonderful for students for internship opportunities and job opportunities as well. So Winthrop, again, we are a 4-year public institution with about 6,000 students, 5,000 undergraduate and 1,000 there working on graduate degrees. We have students from almost 40 countries and close to 40 states as well. We have been ranked as a top regional college for over 20 years. We continue to strive to attract more students from different countries, different states. Diversity is very big to Winthrop, and we were recently named the most diverse public university in South Carolina, so super excited about that. So we have about 300 full-time faculty members. Our student-teacher ratio is 13-to-1 with an average class size of 21. We have 43 majors and over 120 different areas of study. Our top 5 majors are business, biology, early childhood education, exercise science, and psychology. I do like to mention that we are very big in the arts. So theater, dance, music, also very big at Winthrop, along with a wonderful human nutrition program and an interior design program that is phenomenal. We do require that freshmen and sophomores live on campus. We have found that having them there for the first 2 years really gets them plugged in, happy, connected. So we do have that requirement. The exception is if your home was within 50 miles of campus, but still with that, 89% of our first year students do live on campus. We have 8 residence halls, 3 different types: apartment style, suite style, and traditional style. Again, in all of our residence halls, we have free laundry, cable, microwave, refrigerators, and again, just close to everything. I feel like it's just a really good way to start school. Lots to do, over 160 clubs and organizations. Included in that would be Greek organizations, religious organizations, political organizations, all types of clubs, intramural sports, club sports, and we have 16 Division I sports, and we are in the Big South Conference. Kind of see our averages here. Just to kind of give you an idea, certainly not the criteria to be accepted, just kind of our averages. South Carolina GPA does appear higher because they are typically on a 5-point scale, whereas I know a lot of the other schools are on a 4.0 scale, sorry. So this year we have decided to be test optional, super excited. We have an application on our website, super easy, does not require an essay. Just our general application does not, but we're also taking the Common App for the first time this year. So if you were to apply to Winthrop, our application is free until November 1st, and then you could just upload your transcript. If you decide to send in test scores, they would need to come from College Board. The application is going to be free again until November 1st, and then our first decision will go out December 1st. We are rolling admissions. We will continue to review applications and send out decisions after that, but our first decision will be December 1st. If you decide to be test optional, there will be an essay, a short one-pager that you will need to complete. We do suggest that all students fill out FAFSA, certainly not required, but we do suggest it. Students that are interested in music, theater, dance, a lot of the visual performing arts, they do have opportunities to audition for scholarships. Same with athletics. Typically, a lot of the athletes are recruited through the athletic department. However, there are opportunities for scholarships, but all of the students that apply to us are automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. Nothing you have to apply for separately. It's just every student's application will be reviewed for scholarships. So there's lots of ways to connect with us. So here is some of our social media, and then my contact information. We do a virtual tour every day and an in-person tour every day. So we have chats available for students as well. So everything can be found on our website. And again, this is my information, and if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Winthrop. Moving on to our final presenter this evening, we have Moravian College.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. My name is Tim Waite. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at Moravian College. We are a small liberal arts college located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So we always like to start with the headline grabber. So we were founded in 1742, which makes us the 6th oldest college in the country. And we actually began educating women at that time, which makes us the first school in America to do so. And while those dates and stats are impressive on their own right, the thing that I really like to get across is that shows, first off, that we've been doing this for a pretty darn long time. But more importantly, it shows that people have seen a value and a need in a Moravian education for almost 280 years. So we must be doing something right. So like I mentioned, we are located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which is in the Lehigh Valley region of the state, which is the 3rd largest metropolitan area in Pennsylvania behind Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. We are also in the easternmost portion of the state, very close to New Jersey. And that puts us an hour north of Philadelphia and just an hour and a half from New York City, which is great for personal trips and having fun, but it's also an excellent opportunity for internships and postgraduate professional opportunities. We do have large alumni bases in both of those major cities. We do have 2 campuses. Both of them are located in Bethlehem. They are less than a mile apart. They bookend our main street, which is our historic shopping district, and tons of restaurants and that small college feel all along Main Street. I think we do an excellent job of blending the history with the modern day. I always like to highlight the building in the center, the stone building in that upper center picture. That's one of our dorms on our South Campus. That was an original building from the 1740s. It was actually used as a hospital during the Revolutionary War. But at the same time, the building to the right in the top right corner, that is our newly completed health sciences building, which opened in 2018. And that is a state-of-the-art facility that has labs, simulators, 3D cadaver programming and functionality for our health science students. So like I said, we have the history, but we also realize it's the 21st century. Some basic stats about the school. We do have just under 2,000 undergraduate students. So our average class size is about 17. The largest class a student will ever take is in the low 30s. We don't have huge lecture halls. Nobody is known by their seat number. Your professors will know who you are. And we do have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We offer over 50 academic majors and programs. Some of the more popular ones, I mentioned our health science building. That's probably our most popular overall major, and that includes a number of different programs. So it includes our nursing program, which is a direct entry program, as well as some pre-professional programs such as pre-physical therapy, pre-occupational therapy, and pre-athletic training, as well as pre-med. So if you add all those up, that's probably our most popular major on campus. We're also a huge education school. A ton of teachers come out of Moravian, all levels, early child education, intermediate, secondary ed, and then every different subject you can get your certification in. We also are a huge arts and music program. I mentioned that we have two campuses. Our South Campus, which is where that historic building was, is dedicated entirely to arts and music. So that's definitely a huge part of who we are. On campus, we have over 100 clubs and organizations. We have a very active United Student Government who helps students start any new clubs if there's something that they want that we don't currently have. And then we also have a Division III athletic program, and 35% of our students participate in varsity athletics. So that is definitely a huge component of our campus. If you don't play sports, the odds are that one of your good friends does on our campus. We are a Apple Distinguished School, one of less than 30 across the country. And what that means for our students is that every incoming freshman and transfer receives a MacBook Pro, iPad, and Apple Pen, which they can then get to keep upon graduation. This has come in handy big time with the move to virtual learning and hybrid courses. All of our students are on the exact same technological footing and the same footing as the teachers. So everyone is able to log in, and there's been no issues in terms of being able to move our classes virtual and online. On campus, we have all sorts of internships and externships through our Career Center, and our Civic Engagement Office helps with students that are interested in community service projects. We have study abroad that range from full year to just one semester, or even a May term, which is 1 month after the school year ends. So there's all different types of opportunities for students there. And then we are obviously very proud of the fact that 98% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 10 months of graduating. Just some quick information about the admissions process. We are on the Common App and we waive the fee, so that is free. And we also have our own application on our website, which is also free, and we have no preference on whichever a student wants to apply through. We require a letter of official transcript and a letter of recommendation, and we are test optional except for nursing. So if anyone is interested in nursing, please ask about that in the Q&A below. I can get into more specifics there. And then very last, I know I'm coming up on my time, financial aid. We offer academic merit scholarships to 100% of our accepted students, and those range from $18,000 per year up to $28,000 per year. So we do everything we can to make Moravian as affordable as possible for students. Thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you very much, Moravian. As we do have a few minutes remaining, and for the sake of those students who may be watching the recorded version of this session and were not able to pose their questions, perhaps we could quickly go around and answer one of two questions. Either what is a frequently asked question that you receive that you'd like to address now, or what's one thing that you were not able to put in your presentation, whether that be your favorite event, tradition, or aspect of your campus that you'd like to share. So why don't we start with John Tyler?
Yeah, one item that I wasn't able to share in my presentation was about the affordability at Tyler. Compared to tuition across our state, we're about 1/3 of the tuition cost when it comes to paying for Tyler. It depends on the college that you're comparing it to, because often that is actually 1/4 and 1/5 per year at each institution. So you can come to Tyler, get your first 2 years if you're transferring out of the way, get your general education requirements out of the way, and then transfer on to that 4-year institution and save a lot of money while getting a great education.
Thank you. UC Santa Cruz? Okay. Auburn University?
I'll probably talk about my favorite tradition. So mine is the War Eagle. So we have a phrase that is War Eagle. We are the Auburn Tigers, not the Eagles, but kind of where that came from. We're known as the oldest rivalry in the South with the University of Georgia because it was the first Southern game played in the Deep South. And during that first game, an eagle actually flew over the stadium and landed on the 50-yard line, and we ended up winning after that. So that is where our battle cry comes from. So before an Auburn home kickoff football game, an eagle will be released from the top of the stadium. They'll do a lap around the stadium and land on the 50-yard line. So it's just really cool. And that's our battle cry, our way of saying hello, welcome to the Auburn family.
Learn something new every day. Emory and Henry? Oh,
I'm actually here if you don't mind.
okay. Yes, go ahead.
I was having trouble unmuting and getting my video on, but in terms of traditions, we have a lot of traditions that have some semblance in relationship to nature, some hidden koi ponds and hidden caves on campus. But my favorite is move-in week, when all of our incoming freshman students take a trip down to the boardwalk at Santa Cruz together. And the boardwalk might look familiar to you because it's featured in Jordan Peele's movie, Us.
Thank you. Emory and Henry?
So I think one of my favorite traditions also takes place during that first week when freshmen are on campus, during that week of welcome. At the very end of the week of welcome, the night before classes are supposed to begin, we kind of have one giant party for all of those incoming freshmen, and we call it Playfair. We go out and everybody plays games, does icebreakers. You get to see students end up on other people's shoulders and just having a great time, releasing that last stress of, okay, here come classes, and then really getting to know and connect with all of those new peers that you've just had introduced to you.
Great, thank you. Winthrop?
Yes, hi. So my favorite thing about campus is that Winthrop started as an all-girls teaching school over 100 years ago in a small building that was not in Rock Hill, another part of South Carolina. And when the land was acquired and we were able to build the university, they moved the original schoolhouse brick by brick to our campus, and it sits there today and is called the Little Chapel. So it's really awesome. Thanks.
Great, thank you. And Moravian?
So one thing I didn't mention that I should find a way to always include in my presentation, our mascot is the Greyhounds, and we are actually a dog-friendly campus. Unfortunately not for students, but all of our faculty, professors, and staff members are allowed to bring their dogs on campus. So it'll be very common for students to walk into class and there'll be a dog just laying in the corner, on a little doggy bed, or just you're walking across campus and one of your teachers will walk by with their dog. So it's a very pet-friendly campus, and if you love dogs, it's definitely a fun place to be.
Great. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of our panelists for your presentations this evening, as well as the additional information that you provided. And thank you to our attendees for joining us. Before we end this session, just a few quick reminders. Once you close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask that you take a minute and complete. Again, you're also welcome to sign up for more sessions. There will be Virginia panel sessions next week at that same registration website. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will also be available on that registration website. But thank you again to all of our panelists. Thank you to our attendees, and good luck in your college search.